let's look at using a cutting machine to create some applique. So we have our applique design and we have our applique pattern pieces. Now you'll see that the actual pattern pieces are mirror imaged from the front of the design. So that's what we're cutting, the mirror image. Let's select our fabrics. I just want 3 fabrics which represent the 3 objects in the design, and we're going to place some light steamer seam 2 on the back, on the underside of the fabric. Now steamer seam has a grid pattern on the front and a plain paper on the back. So let's take the plain paper off and release the tackiness, and then place this firmly onto the back of our fabric. So you'll see the grid lines still showing. Let's do this to the other pieces. Try and not have the fusible steamer seam product going past the raw edges of your fabric, because it will gum up your iron and it will gum up your ironing surface. So we're not quite ready to go to the machine. Let's get an ironing surface. So heat with no steam, I usually try to do the top side of the work rather than the underside on the paper, because it has a tendency to just slightly bubble. So this one hasn't, but you can sometimes feel a bubble in it. All pieces need to be pressed. It just sets the glue against the fabric and stops it from shifting when cutting. So let's find our mat. Let's check to see how tacky it is. As the mats get older, they lose their tack, but that can be cleaned with a baby wipe, a non-alcoholic, non-perfume baby wipe. Let's place the fabric face side down onto the mat. Firmly push it into position. You can use a roller if you wish, but I think that your fingers are more than sufficient, especially if a mat is tacky. So those 3 are in position. I use the grid lines on the mat to actually line up my pieces if I possibly can. So let's load our mat into the machine. We're using a Brothers Scan and Cut CM900. Want to select my pattern. It's all in one corner at the present moment. And we want to scan our mat so as we can see where our pieces of fabric are on the screen, so we can put our shapes inside them. Right, so let's look at our screen. We can lightly see the outlines of our fabric which we have just scanned. So let's just go into and just pick up our pattern pieces and put them in the center of our fabric. I try and leave a 5 mils, 1/4 of an inch around all the edges just for safety. So I'm going to actually enlarge that and enlarge that again so I can just view the screen to make sure that everything is sitting inside the grid of the steamer seam on the back of the fabrics. So that looks good. Once we're happy with the positions, we're going to cut. I haven't done a test cut because I know that my blade's set at the right depth because I've used it before. As your blades get older, they get blunt, of course, and you'll find that you may have to increase the pressure. Try not to cut the mat, of course. A blade that has been used for paper should not be used to cut fabric. Such a quick and easy way of dealing with applique. So using the metal spatula, which is not an accessory, this is an accessory, it doesn't come with the machine. Just lift those pieces off the mat, and there we have our pieces ready to apply to our outline of our pattern. Now we'll see we've got some fairy edges. You can't help that with some quilting cottons, so giving them a quick haircut just to actually take some of the whiskers off the outside edge is a good idea. Easier to do it now than doing it while you're coming up to stitch.
Hi, I'm Alison Nash from So Sweet Pea. I hope you enjoyed our video today. If you did, please like and subscribe.